Live, everybody we're going. By the way, I was gonna mention this when you came over.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best haircut ever. Yeah. I haven't done a damn thing with my hair today.
I was just saying, I'm having a bad hair day.
I literally woke up.
Nice.
And then just kind of.
It is the Nixie haircut that has been.
It's the Nixie haircut that's been waiting for life.
Mine should be in 2 episodes from now, because
okay.
I meant to get a haircut on Friday,
and then that didn't happen.
Well, I was messaging with my hair lady, and then she's like, "Oh crap! I never messaged you back a time for Friday." And so because she didn't message me back, I was like, "Well, she must not have a time available."
And then you missed it.
And now I'm like, "Well, I'm leaving the world."
Yeah, you're leaving this world and entering a different plane.
You would think I was leaving for 2 weeks. I'm not even leaving a full week. I will be back for the next record.
Oh, I know.
That's how little of time I'll be gone.
But it seems like forever, though.
Because that's how sad my life is. I have not taken this much time away from life.
I can't say that I just basically had 2 weeks off. Oh, I technically was away for a week, but I was kind of away for more than that because I wasn't here. I was away from Kaylee for like a week and a half. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I'm trading fur babies for human babies.
I don't
for a little while.
They're different.
Here's the thing: is I love a good human baby when I can return it to its owner.
This is true. Because that is a successful human baby.
Because I love human babies.
Human puppies,
especially those human puppies, especially when they're at about the age where the ones I'm meeting are.
Yeah.
Where they're like around the age of 2, they're a little bit assholes.
Oh, yeah.
But they're super fun. See, here's the thing. The people that I'm going to are good parents.
So their kids are
they're fun
not assholes. Yeah.
It's assholes in the fun way where they're like, hey, I don't give shits about strangers.
Yeah.
I don't have manners sometimes in the fun way. Like, hi, lady, I'm going to dance at you.
Yeah.
Literally, they'll do things like that. Yeah. Like, I can't stop dancing.
See, I haven't had those for a bit.
Yeah, those are the good kind.
I tend to like them when they get old enough to have an attention span.
This is fun to me though, because you know what it is. You're watching a bunch of little drunks.
That's right.
And I enjoy watching. So, my friend, who I'm actually going to see when we were much younger, had an apartment above a bar.
Oh, Jesus
Christ. So some nights we didn't go into the bar. We would just sit at the window.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a great old building where it was built back in the times where the buildings were taxed based on how many floors. So the window in the apartment is in the floor.
Yeah.
So it's from the bottom half of to the floor. So we would sit with our hands. And drink our beers and watch
That's entertainment.
It was so much fun.
Entertainment.
So now we're basically watching drunks again, only they belong to her.
That's the thing.
Only she has to keep them at the end of the night.
That's the shitty part.
She likes it. So whatever makes her happy.
You like human puppies. You have yourself some human puppies.
Yeah. We'll stick with our crazy chomp chomps.
Chomp chomps. So we also yesterday did an epic D&D. Do we want to talk about it in the video, or do we want to talk about it on the podcast?
Let's share with everybody. What we can tell the Over So Patient Patreon subscribers is that the cards are in the mail.
Finally in the mail.
They have been in the mail. I was like, come hell or high water.
They're in the mail.
Before this week is out.
And they're special.
They're super special.
They're very special.
We actually got to witness one patron open it.
Who turned it into a puzzle somehow.
So now it's not only a pod card, it's a puzzle.
Have fun.
Enjoy.
If you open it the wrong way, it's a puzzle now. Yeah. Which is extra bonus. And now we're going to get back on a regularly scheduled pod card schedule. Also, because it's been a while.
Yeah.
And like, I'm recording a Dolphin Cast this evening.
Oh, nice.
I've now said it, so therefore I have to, which is why I said it. I'm recording a Dolphin Cast tonight. Part 2 of the pilot, because I recorded part 1 so long ago, will finally be happening.
Domestic partner Jesse finally made a concession to record Farscape with me.
Great.
So it is happening.
Awesome.
It is gonna happen.
That was kind of the holdup, because you're like, I don't have a time to watch it without domestic partner Jesse.
Well, and I wasn't sure how much fun it would be to have a Grace by herself, because let's be honest, guys, it's a little bit meandering.
I mean, I'm doing Nixie by herself.
But a Nixie has a little more thought process that's developed than me. There's
sure, we'll get that.
Like, if we were to record in mono and split our tracks, you could listen to Justin Nixie just fine. But it just Grace is like, who let this fucking person off their meds and on a microphone? So I am aware of it.
It's only because I say a shit ton more in this podcast,
well,
and then only because I do the notes.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. So
okay.
For the Sparkscape one, I know that it's just not viable for me to carry it.
That's fine. But so you have been temporarily gifted the entire Farscape library
to work with
from the mothers.
The mother of all
from
Nixies.
the mother of Nixies. It's like the mother of dragons.
Misa. All right.
I mean, to be fair, my mother freed slaves from Slaver Bay across the entire
she would.
Seas.
I can't wait to get your mom playing D&D.
Oh my gosh.
How much fun would that be?
I don't know who would. I will just say, if we ever got both of my parents playing D&D, you've met my father. You've met my parents.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It would be so much fun.
It would be a lot of fun.
I would love to assistant GM that game.
Now, just think if we have the entire family, including brother Matt.
That's what I mean. It'd be fun to watch Jesse GM for you guys.
And then you have Dana, my brother's wife, playing like she's some rogue. She's some like Arya Stark creature.
Yeah, I can see that. I think she'd enjoy it too.
Oh no, she would.
Yeah.
No,
it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, someday we're gonna have like the Houston family D&D party.
The clan of Houston. All right.
Okay.
Let's get the show on the road, and we will share with all the D&D adventurers.
Alrighty. We're 162.
163.
Damn it!
So close.
Somehow the other one didn't get saved in here. Oh, we recorded on a different thing. That's right.
Why.
Ha! Behind the scenes.
Ready?
We recorded different last week, so therefore I don't have 162, and I remember now it's a palindrome. So now I remember. Okay, I'm done. Welcome to episode 163 of There's No Place Like Terra, Stargate First Watch Rewatch Podcast. I am Nixie.
And I'm Grace, and today we are going over episode 163, SG1, Season 8, Episode 6, Avatar. I just added it again because I like making it so long at the beginning.
It's fine. I love it.
AKA, Player 2 has entered the game. Or a wild Daniel appears.
A wild Daniel appears. Mine was simply, they did mention Def Jam Vendetta, but my AKA is just the God of War.
Oh, yes. The other one, I will give an honorary AKA because domestic partner Jesse did watch with me.
Yes.
Did do my rewatch with me. Into the Matrix.
I like that one.
It was pretty simple.
Into the Matrix
bread and butter.
Works.
Gets it
I
done.
still either like a wild Daniel appears.
A wild Daniel appears for all my Pokemon friends.
I never even watched Pokemon nor played Pokemon, and I still get the reference.
So when you're gonna catch one, it's like a wild blah blah.
I mean, I did play Pokemon Go.
That counts.
During the time when everyone was playing Pokemon
the entire
Go.
World.
The entire world.
I think my adventures with Pokemon Go ended when we got a Stormageddon.
See, we still used
I was like,
to,
now I actually have a wild Pokemon.
You do. See, and when we had Kaylee, and she's tame enough on walks, so I was able to like walk and play Pokemon. Yeah. But I do remember those couple weekends when the entire planet was playing it, where you would get outdoor seatings at the bars at the lake, and you would get specifically the spot with a bunch of lures out, and you just fucking sit there and like roll in the Pokemon.
Wowza.
Yeah, remember those days?
We need to do that again.
I have been considering putting it on my watch just for like when I walk Kaylee and stuff.
Well, it's like one of those, let's do something that brings the in-of-doors people to the out-of-doors.
Well, they still keep saying, there have been rumors for a while that they were going to do was it like a Harry Potter version of it?
I did see, I don't remember hearing that, but I did see Samsung had a commercial during either the Super Bowl or the Oscars.
It was the Oscar, both of them, I think.
Where they showed like the shared gameplay, where it's like through the apps you fight the same creature.
It was both of them because I also saw it at one of the Apple conference, the Apple presentee keynotes. At the last Apple keynote where they announced the new phones.
Yeah.
They showed
a
off
version of it too.
I'm
like for it, guys. Let's get us back out into that world.
I am a notorious indoor kid, but as much as I love outdoors, I'm like mostly indoors.
Well, you know what it is too? It's this idea of connecting with other people.
If I lived in a location where it was more pleasant to be outdoors, I would be outdoors more.
This is the only time of year where we can. And it's already slowly getting into.
I would sit outdoors and spin my yarn for hours.
Yeah. I don't mind the heat. I don't like the humidity. That's always going to be the line.
I don't like the sun. There's a couple days where it was very dreck and it was like beautiful overcast and there's no sun and it was cool.
You should just come to California with me.
I should. There was really no wind, but it was beautiful, cool, and everyone's like bundled up at work and I'm like, this is my time.
I love it. You and Stormy who's like, must lay out on lawn.
There's no sun to hate me.
Yeah, I think Stormy would like Seattle.
I lived in a place where the sun forgot where it is on a map for a number of years, and I absolutely loved it. Okay, so we had one other thing before we get into the podcast.
Let's share some D&D adventure.
The D&D update. So we haven't played our campaign
since before Christmas.
Since before Christmas. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But we slipped back into the roles like it was yesterday.
Highlights.
We didn't actually, in theory, do a lot of fighting last night.
No, but we did, I learned that my character can go into some dark places where I was like, let's hamstring this bitch.
Yeah. and we learned that the fake Corgi Oberyn is way more powerful than the DM intended for it to be.
He's a good little scout.
Oh my gosh, good little scout.
He's a good little scout.
So we were playing our not my Sam, but Topsy and Freyu.
Yes. We're in the Temple of Elemental Evil. We're playing the original. Yeah. So it's tough as fuck.
Yes.
So we're not even in the temple yet. In fact, we're a little scared to go into the temple. We're kind of playing jump rope with the temple.
Yeah.
We're not ready yet. Don't go in yet. Don't go in yet.
We just last night at the end of the night upgraded to level 4. So we haven't even flexed our level 4 muscles yet.
No.
So I haven't even finally picked my new spells even.
Yeah. I don't know that we should even go into the temple until level 5.
I'm kind of thinking the same way, and I don't want to be the person.
And friend Amanda is the first one who's like, whoa.
And I don't want to play the game of we're not strong enough because we don't know that. But at the same time, I'm like, I also don't want to die.
There's enough of us there who are like, let's not barrel ahead. Although in the moment, sometimes I get carried away. I think it's me and Mr. Phil.
Yeah.
Are like, let's go now. I'm like, yes, let's go now.
So we one person double crossed us hardcore and almost killed one of our party members.
Me and
2
and Eudokia,
who's our little
Mr.
ninja.
Mr. Phil's monk, who is just basically Mulan, only more powerful.
Exactly, more if you can. To me, it's if you combine Arya and Mulan.
Yeah, that's
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And so we basically then tracked this guy running out of town. We had our ranger, who is the Dragonborn, who's Nick's character.
Yeah, Ranger Bartender Nick.
Brass Iron Balls.
Who's here to avenge his brother who died. Brad Iron Balls.
And Oberyn, who's my Fey Corgi, who is also naturally a good tracker because dog.
Yeah.
They're running ahead. They track this thing to this tiny little piece of shit town. And we basically spend most of the night stalking this town.
And then, of course, stalking the wrong people.
Stalking
it turned out to be great.
I use Oberyn because I can see through his eyes to be like, I'm a cute puppy. Let me in and feed me while I investigate and overhear what you're talking about.
So then we go and attack the wrong people, but it turns out to be okay because nobody gets hurt.
No one gets hurt because we can't hurt the guy.
Because he's we're like, he's a badass. Friends? And so we show him our belly.
Yeah.
And then he comes with us to this bar to track down the guy. And then it's a ballroom blitz, guys.
Ballroom blitz.
It's our first legitimate bar brawl.
Yeah, it was a bar brawl, and we had one person who almost got pretty seriously hurt, but for the most part, we got out unscathed.
I will say, you guys went in for the bar brawl. I snuck away with our other dude.
Yeah.
I was like, how many seconds can I be invisible? That's all I need. So at some point, for 6 seconds, an invisible force thumps upstairs to track bad guy.
And my one big spell for the night that I was able to throw, because again, it was not very long combat, really, in the grand scheme of combat, is I tried to throw Chaos Bolt, because it's very true to Topsy. She doesn't know what the fuck she's like throwing out. She botches her first Chaos Bolt, except she rolls double on the 6-sided dice. So, which means in that spell, it's not just one spell. It's super powerful and it bounces onto a second person.
Yeah, so basically I almost killed our own party.
It was a random NPC.
Oh yeah.
I basically almost killed just a random dude sitting in the bar.
That's what he gets for smacking our cleric's ass.
Dealt a bunch of damage to one of the bad guys.
Yeah. I found our guy in hiding accidentally on purpose. Like, to Defrayu, it was accidental. To Grace, it was like, this motherfucker's in here and he's hiding. Detect his magical ass. But we got him. We got him captured.
Hamstrung him.
We hamstrung him because we're like, well, we don't want to kill him and we don't want him unconscious because we need to question him.
So we hamstrung him and then healed him just enough so he wouldn't bleed out.
Yeah. And then
the good people in our group are going, should we?
And we were like, let us do this.
Those of us who are just more neutral are like, well.
And I'm like, I'm straight up neutral.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
Exactly.
So you can't take care of yourself. No one can take care of you. And then we found out where the temple is.
We got all the information because one of our new friends we made basically was just, what's the spell? Like Cone of Truth?
Cone of Truth. She's Zone of Truthdom.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were like, nobody open your mouths.
He just gave us all the information.
Yeah, to the point where the GM was like, let's take a minute and make sure that you guys aren't using this spell wrong, because I'm a little bit giving you too much.
And we're like, wait, listen, we're just going to keep asking questions. And if you answer them, then you answer them.
Well, and that was crazy. And somebody tries to kill himself. So we're like, no, I'm going to heal your ass out of this poison that you just tried to ingest.
And we're like, no. We have you, DM.
We basically Ramsey Boltoned his ass.
We did.
Where he's like, kill me. And we're like, no. Your name is Reek now. And then his whatever evil god had mercy on him and killed him.
Yes. I don't know if it was mercy as much as like, you fucking idiot, you just told him everything. I will kill you now.
He did murder him in a very traumatic way.
Yeah.
Which actually worked in Defrayu's favor. Yeah. Because then I got to create this backstory of why I can turn into these wild shapes that I've never seen before. I'm like, because he is so traumatized that his imagination has now created some fucked up animal with a beak that is actually an axe.
And all I'm going to say is we have some really, really stealthy people, and we're going to be going into a really difficult temple soon, and I can now turn people invisible, bitch.
Yeah, well, I can make that too. We've got the invisible dust.
Yeah, no, well, but mine's not dust that's only a couple usage. Right.
Yeah.
I can turn our best stealth people invisible now.
Let's do it.
To let them go stalk.
It'll be fun times.
Right. So this is a Stargate podcast.
Believe it or don't. We're just very excited and mildly buzzed.
I'm not there yet.
I'm there.
Okay.
August
13th, 2004.
Thank you.
Written by Damian Kindler, directed by Martin Wood. I looked for a Martin Wood cameo and I didn't see it. If anyone else has spotted it.
Maybe he was in graphics for it.
Maybe he was. Let me know. So the big we didn't really have any big guest stars or anything in this one. But the big sort of guest star was not really a person, but it was the game graphics that were done by Perception. Listen, I don't know how to pronounce their second. It's PTY.
Party?
I guess, without any vowels.
Yeah.
So Perception Party.
Yeah.
They were working on a Stargate first-person shooter that was going to be called Stargate SG1 The Alliance.
That would have been really fun.
And The Alliance is not on the good side, guys.
Oh, boy.
And it was going to be out for PlayStation, I think PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Like that was it was this era.
I would want this in an arcade game. Like House of the Dead style shooter.
That would be fun.
I would do.
And I think it was something like that. We know that I'm not a first-person shooter person.
Mm-hmm.
I still think if someone made a Stargate game that was more along the lines of Uncharted or Tomb Raider in terms of first-person shooter puzzles, First-person shooter, puzzles.
I feel like that's the perfect blend of game for us, general.
It really is. And it's a perfect style of game for Stargate.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
But that's, one of my plans when I have $1 billion and I'm old and famous is to have a couple of games in my arcade dungeon. Mm-hmm. One of them is House of the Dead 2, specifically House of the Dead 2. And a fake Stargate game that I'm going to make up. Also the Simpsons pinball game.
That one's good.
Uh-huh.
We're going to do two things when we have all the money in the world.
Yes.
We're going to make the correct Stargate game that is the puzzle shoot 'em up.
Yes.
The correct style. We're going to get it made so we have money so we can basically get whatever rights we want.
Yes. Yes.
And two, I want in my basement we're going to make a real Stargate game combining a laser tag and escape room situation.
Yeah.
How someone hasn't combined laser tag and escape room?
It's true. We basically want real life reality, virtual reality in a safe space.
Yes.
We want the danger room from X-Men without the danger.
Oh, I was thinking the Imaginarium from Community.
No, yeah, I think our arcade dungeon will also just have a D&D table of our dreams.
Oh no, the ultimate D&D table.
The one with the projection screen onto the map,
table,
and then like the little iPad holders cup holders.
What's even better is I've seen the ones where they have the TV in the table with the thing, so that way you're not really projecting down.
Yeah.
Because again, we have all the money, so we can do that.
In our imaginary, all the money place. Well, and I like there's ones that have like the edge of the table almost has like pool table style.
Oh yeah.
2 edges. So you have like you can stack all of your stuff.
And you have a drink spot.
And a drink holder.
And comfy chairs all around.
All the way around.
And basically like you're never leaving the base. And because we're all rich, we can literally play all day.
Forever and ever.
We have separate compartments off so we can put the dogs and they're separated.
Yeah.
So we can just have the dogs there.
Well, and when we're all rich and famous, we live on the compound.
Oh, we do. This is in the center. This is in the center compound that we have.
We can't be the only people that do this.
We're not.
Okay.
I don't often.
Let us know what your rich and famous compound.
I don't often.
I don't even know that I want famous. I just want rich.
No, I just want rich. Here's the thing. I don't often play the lottery. I really don't. However, every once in a while, I will put the $2 or $4 in, not for the chance I think I'm going to win, but I just for that week love the chance to imagine what I'm going to do with all the money.
Now I have the Gwen Stefani song, If I Was a Rich Girl, stuck in my head. If I was a rich girl.
Alrighty. By the way, random fact that the Stargate game, if it had ever come out, was going to be based on the Unreal Engine, which I just find it's a fun fact because I've played with it a bit, and it's not just used for video games these days.
That's the thing I know. What is the Unreal Engine?
It is what is starting to be used to create virtual sets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I know this phrase. I've heard it a lot.
It's what is starting to be used for more and more places to create virtual sets for broadcast.
Got it.
Yay.
I know something.
So we start right in on threat level Foxtrot Alpha 6. Walter calls out.
Threat level midnight. That's for my office fans. So it's FA6?
I guess.
What does that even mean?
Oh, video game. I don't even know. It's probably not even a real level.
Well, no, and that's my thing. So it's like it's a threat level.
Yeah.
Right? So let's pretend that this is an SG threat level.
So it's a Foxtrot level.
FA6.
Alpha 6. I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking that is somehow that is like the code for a Predator. It's like the Predator code.
Yeah, I think I was trying to dissect it. It's like, well, how does that? So Anubis 6?
Maybe.
So FA6. So, but what does F mean?
Here's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it necessarily is dissected that way. I think it's just like we've listed every threat as we've come across it, and we've just come down to the Foxtrot Alpha one. Yeah. Is what I'm thinking. Maybe 6 people originally came through the gate.
What do I want my threat to be called? Like when it's a Grace threat?
Oh no, it's mine's threat. Mine's a chaos threat. Chaos Muppet.
What's the G in like military speak?
Gamma.
Gary. Gamma. Gamma, gamma, gamma. No, that sounds like a thing. I don't know. I'm done now. This is not working.
So anyway, all the security teams are headed into the gate room and they run past Teal'c, who takes one of their weapons and chases after everyone else. When the doors to the gate room opens, all the weapons fire. They use more weapons in this one episode than they have in seasons combined.
There's so many things. Teal'c's shooting one-handed in times where he doesn't need to.
No,
it's a little blasé.
It's video game.
Well, and it works for the story because he does come out of this and it's like, this is too easy.
There's a lot of things that happen for video game's sake, but in a, to me, very brilliant way.
Fair.
So the Predator's there. Jack comes in through the other doorway, is quickly shot down and killed by the Predator. Teal'c sees this, stops firing, sees a bigger weapon, does a dive roll for it, comes up, kills the Predator, and you see the light literally go out in the Predator's eyes. Everything digitizes, and we see Teal'c wake up in the gamekeeper chair from season 2, I believe.
Yes.
And Bill Lee is there. It took 49 seconds for Teal'c to kill it. Not bad.
He's like, not a new record?
As if anyone's ever done better.
No, that's like, I can barely do like the mini crossword in 49 seconds. I'm always excited. The New York Times has like an app that you have to pay for, but it gives you like the free mini puzzles every day. And I'm always aiming for 30 seconds. So 49 is pretty damn good.
And we get our first Indeed, which I think I may have missed a couple of Indeeds in previous episodes.
Either that or you haven't given them in a while.
I'm going to go through the scripts because I realized I haven't noticed one, so I don't know if I've just missed it or not. We have at least one. And Jack's like, how fun was it? Teal'c's like, well, at least you died well in battle.
He did. I did notice Jack's coat catches on fire in the weirdest little way. It's like a weird little hole. But yes. I do love how easily Teal'c's like, next.
Yeah.
I'm done here.
He goes, the Predators are a lot better than they are in this simulation. That was way too easy.
One thing that kind of pulled me out, and I can't help it, and I have to share, is when the Anubis drone goes down. Yeah. We see his shoes. Yeah. And he's got these weirdly earth shoes.
Yeah. They're Vibrams.
Are they?
Yeah, they're Vibrams.
They look like work boots to me.
Yeah. They are.
It's just like, oh, okay. We couldn't masking tape us down for this shot.
Anubis needs practical footwear on his soldiers as well, okay?
Shit, fair.
So Lee defends himself and his people's work that they've been working on this for 2 years. And Teal'c's like, yeah, sorry, you're just not there yet.
Yeah.
2 years, but it still kind of sucks.
Make it harder.
So they could make it more difficult, but most of the simulation comes from the user's mind, and it uses memories from them and interfaces with the chair's matrix and films that Jack was very confused by. Sam explains that the chair learns from the person.
Right.
So since they only had scientists really so far training on it, of course it's not going to be super up to Teal'c's level.
It's like somebody put Braytac in there, then we'll all die.
Exactly. And so now they're going to basically have Teal'c play the game so that the game can learn from Teal'c. Coolio, Jack just asked for a beginner level for the rest of us. And Bill's
like, hey, I don't need life to be more challenging. Thanks,
and Bill's like, yeah, we'll always make it easier. Not that you need it easier, General.
Excuse me while I slowly walk out of this room.
And credits.
Yeah.
So Fun Time Video Games, Sam has rigged up the system so we can actually see what Teal'c sees in the convenient video game footage.
Are we surprised that Sam can code?
No.
We're not, right?
No, not in the slightest.
It's like, it's not parallel or the same as what she does, but she's like, yeah, no, this is something I would pick up too.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I have no.
It's all the maths. Therefore, I'm doing it.
Here's part of the reason why I think she can code is because some of the stuff that she works on, she's basically had to write her own programs for.
That's fair.
So I think that's where her coding comes from.
Yes.
We also learned that Teal'c plays Def Jam Vendetta, which is a really nice nod because Christopher Judge voices D-Mob.
Oh.
I never played Def Jam.
I've never played it either.
But more recently, he was infamously Kratos in God of War.
Yes.
He also did the mocap.
That I believe, because he moves like him.
Yeah.
Well, and the new God of War game, most of the games now, they take the voice actors and have them do mocap.
Yeah. And I think when Def Jam, the original one, came out, it was 2003, 4, something like that. So they weren't really doing mocap as much for any of these things.
I have a friend who's in school for a lot of this stuff right now, and they recently got to mocap a puppy. And I was like, please take my dog, please take my dog, please take my dog. And they're like, well, we have one who's trained. And I was like, please take my dog anyway. He's a little chomp chomp.
Chomp chomp.
Just like mocap his ears.
Yeah.
Guys, Drake's ears.
They're ridiculous.
They're just little bouncy ears. They just bounce because they can't decide if they're coming up or down.
And they're not like a Kaylee control of ears or anything.
No, they're kind of have their own will.
Yeah.
And they bounce, and they don't even bounce in unison.
No.
Like they each do their own thing. It's very adorable.
So there's a 2-second delay between the chair processor and like what Teal'c sees, which will come into importance later.
Yes.
So
don't forget that.
Once he's into the game, they can't just cut the connection because it's like ingrained in his brain and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a second indeed. And the game is smart. Mm-hmm. It's going to learn from Teal'c. If he's killed in the game, then he's just going to respawn at the last save point. There's no save points.
Right.
And the only way to get out of the game is to win or head to the failsafe.
Right.
And Teal'c's like, yeah, I think I'll be fine. He's like, I got this, brah.
I'm pretty good at this. I'm going to just be okay.
Sam points out that you probably shouldn't be that cocky about this because it learns from you and it's good and you're good. So whenever you want to end it, just head to the base elevator and head to the surface.
So this got me thinking, right? Just the way Sam and Teal'c build things to make them harder and more challenging. And because of who I am and where I am in life right now, I'm thinking about what it would be like to have them as teachers. Oh my God. Neither of those two.
No.
Because nothing would be fun to learn.
No.
It would just be hard as fuck.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of people in my life who have said you should be a teacher.
No.
And I went, no, I know for a fact that I would be the worst teacher.
Yeah. Because look, while I would learn a lot, it would be terrible and I would never want to do it again.
Here's my thing. I'm not bad when it's one-on-one.
Right.
But I also, and I know this for a fact, it is a flaw of mine. I get frustrated when someone doesn't pick up on things as either quickly as I do or quickly as I need them to.
Right.
Now I understand that's a flaw.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm fine with one-on-one with people I know. I would be a shit teacher.
Yeah. This is where you need the Jack approach because Jack's just fucking. Jack would be like my perfect teacher.
Jack would be a fantastic
because
teacher.
He's really good at reminding you, like, take a step back and enjoy it.
Well, he's also someone who's being like, well, you're gonna get it when you get it. I'll teach you the next part when you master that part.
Keep fucking falling on your ass, and that's okay. Fall on your ass until you figure it out, and then I will help you a little bit to figure it out. Daniel, I would just be in love with. Yeah,
he would be. He's basically a teacher here.
He's basically teaches the way I need every teacher in my life to be.
Now, granted, I think that I could learn from Sam would be a good teacher for me.
Oh yeah. See, here's the thing. I would learn from Sam and I would do well in the class because that's who I am as a person, but I would be like, I never want to fucking do that in life.
See, and I think if I had Sam as a teacher, I would take it as a personal challenge.
Right.
To like, oh no, I'm going to get this shit. I won't sleep until I get it because then I will show you.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I would get it, but then would be like, never in life do I want to do this. I got it. I will prove to you that I got it. I'm going to go hang out with Daniel for my career. Because that part's fun.
Yeah.
And the same with Jack. Like if Jack taught me the same thing Sam would, I think I would learn to actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't think I get anything out of the misery. Some people do, and some people don't see it as misery.
That's one thing. I wouldn't see it as misery.
Yeah. Whereas to me, I'm like, what is this misery?
I would see it as, oh no, I'll show you. Yeah. Oh no, I will get this.
Like there's
it's like almost like a competitiveness.
Sure.
Now I may get super frustrated along the way, but like in my own little bubble of myself, because then I accomplish that and I'm no longer frustrated. And I'm like, fuck, I beat you, bend you to my will, man. Yeah. I will bend the science.
Whereas I'm like, there, it's done. I never want to look at it again. It's like, to me, it's like the executioner who enjoys it.
Yeah.
Versus the one who's like, this is just the job I have to do today. Yeah.
I always got really annoyed when you had to show work because I'd be the person who's like, no, but I did it in a different way than you taught me because I did the extra research and I found this different way that actually was easier for me. So I got the better method. So I can show you the work, but it's not the work that you expect me to do.
No.
Do you want me to do both of them? I'll do both of them for you.
No, I would just be like, here.
That was me.
This is here. This is what you want. Take it. Take it far. Now, if it's a class I enjoy, like what I'm in now, where the professor's like, you don't have to go that big with this. Literally, that's what he told me. He goes, don't get too crazy with it.
I will give you 20 extra pages.
And I was like, but I want to because I love this. But if anyone's wondering, it's a history of rock and roll class, and I'm writing an argumentative paper about the social political climate of England in the 70s.
Oh, it's just basically Grace Nip.
Yep.
Yeah. So we see the video game graphics on the screen. It's a repeat of the cold open, but this time the Predator is right on the other side of the door and just kills Teal'c flat out.
Yikes.
In the real world, the chair actually gave Teal'c some pain when he died. So he's like, it's just a simulation. It doesn't have to hurt.
Yeah, how about let's not?
Sam's like, yeah, you don't know Teal'c. That's the difference between you guys. He understands that your fighting tactics is going to be different if there's no pain.
Right. You won't play the same if it doesn't hurt.
It's not real. Pain is real.
And domestic partner Jesse teach the same way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's like, you have to fall.
If you feel
you have
the pain,
to fall and it has to hurt.
That's how you know you're alive.
I don't want to do that. I just don't want to feel pain. But what can I do to just avoid the pain? He's like, you can't do the pain.
And at least Bill says that it's limited to non-lethal jolts.
For now.
For now. As they say later, death by 1,000 cuts is still death.
Yeah.
So back in the game, it starts all over again. He respawns. Teal'c instead heads up to the control room, takes a weapon, and marches on the base. Mm-hmm. And I love how much fun the lighting crew and the cinematography crew had on this episode.
I was going to mention it further in, but you're absolutely right.
Because the way that they light the base and all of these bright neon colors and sort of the Matrix style steady cam work.
Oh, yeah.
It looks so cool.
It's fun time.
It's beautiful. And it's not Stargate, quote unquote. It's not the look of Stargate, but they can 100% get away with it because of the video game aspect of the series.
Yeah, and there's like a scene later in where it's very like Mardi Gras looking.
It is, yeah. I love it.
And I was like, what is this? Oh, it's because we're in game.
We're in game. So Teal'c this time reaches the gate room from the other side, and Jack is already dead. And the Predator just shoots him from behind.
Yeah.
And we see in the real world the pain again on Teal'c's face. The chair is learning quickly, but Teal'c is smart.
The chair.
So respawn, the claw, the chair. He respawns. This time Teal'c heads to the armory first, and we can see in the video game graphics he gets a P90 and the colored Predator module that we made last season that Sam made.
Yep.
And major firefight again. Predator comes down the hallway, firing at him. Teal'c runs, firing, and suddenly it's silent. Don't breathe. Where'd it go? Yeah, it's right behind him, and then there's a second one, and then they both kill him.
Yeah.
Fun. In the real world, Daniel and Sam are watching the game part of this, and they're like, "That's cold."
They're watching, like Daniel's watching this, like he might as well have popcorn in it.
Oh,
like he's
100%.
Like, holy shit, this 100%. Is crazy. He's super into this, but I think I would be too.
Well, because at this point,
I'm surprised there's not a crowd at this point.
Exactly, because at this point, while Teal'c is getting hurt when he responds, there is no reason not believe that Teal'c's gonna have this beat in like a couple hours.
Yeah,
and this is just watching fight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know. So Bill and Sam are starting to get a little concerned though at this point about the readings, and Sam calls for some medical backup. Again, not overly worried, but
she's
just
a little bit like, hey, just in case somebody monitor Teal'c. Thanks, bye.
Teal'c has respawned, and this time Sam runs up, and Teal'c needs Teal'c's help. He's like, don't worry about the gate room, they're all dead.
Yeah.
But I have a plan to force the other two Predators into a crossfire. And I know where they're going to go because that's where they've gone in 7 of the last 10 times.
So here's my question. When you break the wall, the fourth wall, within a video game, which wall are you breaking?
No. Because Sam is like, are you high?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
He's breaking the fourth wall, but he's inside a video game. So are you now like 8 walls in?
Sure.
Or are you only 2 walls in? Which that doesn't make sense either.
I don't know, but all in all, he's just another brick in the wall.
He's breaking all the molds. Somebody math that for me. Thanks, bye.
So after a bunch of, I guess I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah.
They're set up as Teal'c suggested, waiting. This is where the really amazing lighting happens.
Yes. Yeah.
Footsteps and
the Mardi Gras hallway, if you will.
It's the I was trying to make some other saying for it, but
it's good. I like
it.
The
Predators come in and throw beads at everyone, throw moon pies, just chucking moon
pies
at people.
I have to share my favorite sign that I saw from Mardi Gras.
Oh my god, it was so good
because it's the most adorable thing ever. There was puppies at the parade, and the sign read, "Show me your treats."
It's so good.
I love it.
Okay, so it doesn't go well though. No. This little trap that Teal'c set up. So they go to fall back, and then they all die.
Yeah.
So
not good dying.
And then in the real world, we see the video game screen and it's just a dead Sam.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's fun to look at. That's me, and I'm died now.
So Dr. Carmichael is there, and he's starting to get really concerned about Teal'c because the frequent spikes in his adrenaline are also setting his blood pressure and his heart rate sky high to like the point where it's the fight of the flight or fight, and you can't stay at that stage for a very long time.
Right.
So Sam doesn't know how the last round failed. I mean, the Predators have never been resistant to the magical light modules before, which is how they died in that last one. Daniel points out that, well, I mean, the Predators adapt in real life, so I guess they would also adapt in the video game.
Especially because Teal'c knows that.
Exactly.
It feels like, I'm not going to make this easy for Teal'c. Make it easy for yourself.
He literally can't.
Teal'c is the guy who was like, oh, you didn't charge me for my coffee, where it's like, take the free coffee.
Just go.
Bye.
Just pay for the next person behind you.
Yeah.
If you really want to pay for something.
Yeah.
Just go.
And he's like, no, you must charge. It's like, can you wait? Or the guy who asked for homework, or the guy who suggests things to the DM during a Dungeons and Dragons. It's like, he hadn't thought of that.
But had he?
Oh, that specific moment? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he had.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, in general, you don't give the DM ideas.
Don't give the DM ideas.
Yeah.
If you want to think of something, think of it. Don't ask about it.
Don't speak of it.
Just go ahead and preemptively make sure there's not owls there.
Yes.
Just don't go ask if there are owls in there. I'm pretty sure the owls were there, but
is our bad guys there? What do now?
So where was I? Okay, so Daniel points out that they adapt in real life. And Bill's like, I really hope that the game gives Teal'c some bonus. Just gives him like an extra life or something. Gives him like a little one-up.
A little heart shows up.
A little heart shows up. I mean, it'd be only fair, and which is why I'm like, that's why that's not showing up for Teal'c.
That's why it won't happen, because it's Teal'c and he doesn't know.
Back inside the game, we respawn, repeat meeting Sam in the hallway, and wants to know how the Predators could be resilient against their light weapons. And Sam's like, why are we even having this conversation?
Because Teal'c. Yeah.
So he assumes that they could alter their armor to resist the modules, and Sam has been working on a test of a frequency modulator chip.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not even going to ask why you know this, but fine.
And it just basically it's a star in Mario, so you turn into Rainbow Mario.
Yeah.
Because it actually shoots rainbows.
Well, it's more like she's created something to hit them with. So it's like she's created fireballs.
That works.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, stomping on this animal doesn't work, but fireballs will kill it.
They really should have given Teal'c a tail.
Get Tanuki soon. And then he can. Okay. I want to solid take a minute, right?
Yes.
Take a breath.
Just visualize in your brain.
Visualize in your brain. Teal'c wearing Mario's Tanuki suit.
Yeah.
Got the ears. You got the tail. Got the whole furry situation going.
Yeah.
Everybody there?
It's fireballs.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So Teal'c's like, where? Give me modulator. So
she's like, okay, fine,
in the virtual lab, there is the prototype modulator, and as soon as she hands it to him, Predator shows up, starts firing. So they at least know the new toy works because they shoot a rainbow at it.
Yeah.
They shoot a fireball at it. And right at that same moment, Walter comes over the intercom saying that the base's auto-destruct has been activated. Cool. They fire their way through the hallways, run into Daniel, who they're firing into the control room. The other Predators in the control room. Teal'c takes out the second one with Fireball. Sam runs to the control room and shuts off the self-destruct. So we won.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Where's my flag?
Threat's been eliminated. So why are we still here? In the real world, they noticed that the game should be over. That was the end of the program scenario. The Predators are gone.
Except...
But the chair isn't turned off, nor is the game resetting.
So it's broken.
So
turn it off and turn it on again.
This is drawing from Teal'c's mind, right?
Yeah.
Daniel thinks?
Somebody needs to blow into Teal'c's mind.
Just
like a cartridge. Yeah.
But in reality, we haven't defeated the Gould. Which
Yikes.
is way beyond the parameters of the game. Yes, this is true, but maybe the game won't end until Teal'c defeats the Gould in the game because it's Teal'c.
Again, Teal'c, stop asking for more homework.
Just stop.
Just take a win.
So they can't just turn the chair off because it would turn Teal'c's brain off, essentially.
Right.
And Teal'c is also, he's going to have to quit the game. And yeah, Daniel's like, sure. Teal'c quit. And
so
what reality would Teal'c quit?
Yeah, so never. So there's no way out. Got it.
In the game, Teal'c is getting his arm bandaged. Jack is dead in the game. But to Teal'c, they have to focus on the threat.
Now, do you think it means something that Jack's always kind of the first to go in Teal'c's dreams? In Teal'c's reality?
I don't know. I think that's really interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
Because he's always the first to go.
He's always the first to go, but at the same time, I love Hammond, and I say this with all love, but Jack is going to be much more, and we've seen Hammond go commando, but Jack's going to be much more first into battle to defend his own base.
And maybe that's all it is Teal'c knows that about Jack's character.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be the first one out because he's going to be the first one to go and protect everyone else.
He is the
warrior
king.
Yeah, and that probably is his biggest anxiety. If we lose Jack,
yes,
it's on me.
Exactly.
That's true.
I mean, Hammond will lay down and pick up some arms and fucking balls to the walls if need be.
But I think it's fair to say that all of our team feels that if Jack goes, they have to step up next.
Oh, yeah.
So that's probably what he's not thinking Sam will step up and then me.
Yeah.
Or Daniel and then me. No, they all think they're the next in line.
Jack's going to be the first one to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, maybe it just is like RDA is like, I just kind of want to die a bunch in this episode.
Thanks, bye.
Also, I am not counting any of these on the death counts.
No, I don't think they count unless they're in real life.
Yeah, that's what was my thinking. Otherwise, it's going to way skew the numbers anyway.
No virtual deaths. Yeah.
So Teal'c assumes that there's more Predators on base. Both Game Sam and Daniel are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. Also, in-game Walter's dead.
Yeah, that's not okay.
So Teal'c just assumes there's more Predators because the game isn't over yet. Which he just blurts out to Sam and Daniel about their reality.
Again, breaking the 16th wall.
And how they don't
just gonna keep doing multiples of 4.
Breaking the 30-second wall.
Yeah.
And no one has time for this bullshit. And suddenly the base auto-destruct has been activated again.
Dun, dun, dun.
They go running up to the control room, and this time Sam can't get into the computer. It's been triggered remotely. There's 20 seconds left, and the place blows.
Yeah.
In the real world, Carmichael says that Teal'c has about a day at this rate, maximum, to keep going before no more Teal'c.
Yeah.
And while the chair...
That seems very generous.
It seems very generous.
Considering what his heart's going through, what his mind's going through. Like, imagine even if you were just laying there doing nothing and someone's just slowly tasing you for a day. Even if you're doing nothing else, that might be enough to, like, knock your ass out.
Yeah. It's the cumulative effects of all of this is starting to get to him. And he's either going to have a heart attack or just run out of adrenaline and his organs will fail. Either way, death by 1,000 cuts.
Yikes.
In the game, before the simulation would normally start, Teal'c tries to explain to a very confused Sam again, breaking the 128th wall, that Sam has to disable the self-destruct because of reasons.
Fair.
In the real world, Bill is reading the code, reading the matrix. He's Teal'c's on level 28. He has the modulated trip. He's already killed 2 predators, hunting for the 3rd. He's in rough shape. Yep. And you can see him like shuddering in real life as the 3rd predator just physically beats him.
Yeah. Oh.
Did I miss the part with the
fail-safe doesn't work in?
No, I missed the cloak. Maybe I didn't miss the cloak.
I don't know. I don't see you missing things.
Well, but he was invisible.
Oh, when the predator went invisible.
Yeah.
He was wearing the invisibility cloak.
He does.
The invisible predator.
Because I was like, Teal'c needs to play D&D.
Well, then he would know.
He would.
That all you have to do is throw some sand on his ass.
Uh-huh.
And then he's visible again.
Okay. Maybe I'll come to it.
Okay.
And finally, as he starts heading for the elevator for the failsafe, Teal'c is literally falling on the ground.
Yeah.
Scraping his way to the elevator.
It's a little bit the worst Groundhog Day ever.
And instead of rising to the surface, he comes out on level 1, respawned at the beginning.
Dun, dun, dun.
And he just watches it in a bit of horror and despair.
This is the one where he's just sitting on the floor staring at everything, right? Or is this next?
It's coming up real close.
Got it.
In the real world, they can't believe it. And Jack's like, let me... Just correct me if I'm wrong, but a failsafe is supposed to be safe from fail, right? That's why it's called a failsafe. And Sam tries to defend Bill, explaining that the game is learning from Teal'c, and real world Teal'c would never give up, never surrender.
Jesus Christ, Teal'c.
The game doesn't know it's a game.
Yeah.
So they're stuck. Disconnecting from the chair is going to kill him, but leaving him in the game is also going to kill him.
Yeah.
And at the moment, the only way out is Teal'c winning. But every time he gets close to winning, the game learns and throws a new trick in his face.
Fuck, fuck, fuck.
Ironically, it's Teal'c's own ego and confidence in himself
that won't let him quit, and that's killing him.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah.
In the game, Teal'c kills one of the predators in Sam's lab with a little smirk on his face. Like,
yeah.
Fuck you.
I know how to do this now.
In the real world, Carmichael has given him some adrenaline. And in-game Teal'c has some renewed energy.
Yay.
And he fills the hallway with smoke, and he knows the predator is coming. He picks off one, and it's quickly taken out by the 3rd that was under cloak.
There we are.
That's why he never saw it coming.
Yeah.
Previously.
You need to detect magic on that shit.
So, Respawn. Again, he would play... I think Teal'c would be really good at D&D. He'd cloak and
He'd be a good fighter.
Yeah. I also think he'd be a good rogue.
That's fair.
No, but like not real world Teal'c, but Teal'c playing.
Oh, Teal'c playing. Yeah,
Teal'c playing would have fun playing a rogue.
Sam would have fun playing a rogue.
Sam would have fun playing a rogue. Yeah, for
Sam
sure.
would have fun playing anything.
Yeah.
You know what I would like to watch, because it would not be out of character, but it would just be him being himself. Jack playing a barbarian.
That would be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. I think Daniel is a wizard. A standard wizard, I think.
I think Daniel is standard wizard, or Daniel could be a really good bard.
Yeah, I think he would just like playing magic users.
Yeah.
Or seekers of knowledge, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
So, Respawn, 2 predators are firing at Sam.
Yes.
Teal'c just comes in and takes one out. Throws his weapon with the modulator at Sam, who takes the second one out. And Teal'c has a thermograph sensor to try to find the 3rd. And clearly, he's learned Cloak of Invisibility.
Yeah.
He's played D&D.
Yep.
And I think this is, to me, proof that in world, Teal'c has been playing D&D.
Yes.
I mean, clearly.
Teal'c's like, something's going on. I need to keep track of all this shit. This is the worst Groundhog's Day or extremely easy to edit.
I'm thinking it was difficult to edit only from the viewpoint of you have so many scenes that
look so similar. Yeah.
It probably took some beautiful organization, but it's just, I think it was difficult, but a fun difficult.
That's okay.
In order to put the puzzle together, because you have so many scenes that are
it's more like
similar, but you're trying to And every time you see them, you're trying to like, yeah, these are the same thing, but you're not filming them the exact same way.
Or are you? Do you just recycle shots from the earlier
I don't
ones?
think they've recycled many shots.
I mean, I would have.
Well,
But fair.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is like the saddest, most depressing part.
This is where they should have like the music comes in and it's like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
I was actually going, in the arms of the angels. Yeah, he just watches his colleagues die over
darkness, my old friend.
and over and over again from predators.
Yeah, he doesn't believe he can win, therefore he can't win.
And the base auto destructs over and over.
Yeah,
who knows how many times this goes on, and seeing Teal'c with that little hope is the worst.
Yeah.
Worst.
That's what's keeping him there. His lack of hope, his lack of belief, his lack of whatever it is.
Yeah. So eventually, real world, Daniel finds Sam in her own lab with the second chair. Teal'c isn't doing very good. He's not even playing the game at this point.
Yeah.
But the game still won't let him go.
Yeah.
So Sam contacted the makers of the chairs, and they still have a
Nemco.
Acme. They still have a scan of Teal'c's brain from 6 years ago, which is super creepy.
Yeah, it's not weird at all.
And Sam is running simulations, and honestly, Sam really hopes that the fundamental essence of Teal'c has changed in 6 years, because all of the simulations she's run, the program always adapts. And
the program always wins.
Teal'c never wins.
Yikes.
And it just gets harder and harder the closer he gets. And the chair is basically looking at this one game as being a microcosm for the entire war with the Goa'uld.
Mm-hmm.
And according to his reading 6 years ago, despite what Teal'c was saying to others, despite what Teal'c was preaching, he didn't actually, in his soul, believe the Goa'uld could ever be defeated.
So when you have a second to take a step back and look at this,
is altering.
Yes, it's dark and it's difficult, but the next scene we see someone has to come in.
Yeah,
someone has to come in and chase after Teal'c. And at first there was a little bit of internal debate that I had. I was like, well, who is the best person to do this? Should it be Jack? Should it be Sam? Blah, blah, blah. Sam knows her shit with the tech.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what's keeping him there is his lack of faith.
He needs the bard.
He needs his Daniel.
He needs the bard.
Yes. So it's I love this part of the episode.
Also, the point that they point out later about how it's a really good thing Jack didn't go in there.
Yeah. Because if anyone's gonna not be able to help him with faith.
Oh no, that's not the reason.
Well, that too.
That's not the reason that it's a really good thing Jack didn't go in there. We'll get to that. So I'm also just more about going on the fact that 6 years ago, 7 years ago, like when he turned, when he came in the pilot episode to the SGC, he never actually thought the Goa'uld.
He just didn't want to die on his knees.
He didn't want to die on his knees. He had hope.
Metaphorically.
Yeah. He had hope that the Goa'uld to be defeated, but he thought he was fighting a losing battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the question is
does he still think
that he's fighting a losing battle, or has he fundamentally changed in the past 6 years with what
one would hope, or else why would he still be here after 6 years?
This is true.
Yeah.
But why was he here 6 years ago then?
Again, you can think that this is it and that you're just gonna give in. But then a Daniel comes along and a Sam comes along and a Jack comes along.
And that's why I truly at this point do think that his underlying thing changed.
Yeah.
At some point along the way, he realized that, this is a thing that actually happened.
He just needs to be reminded, like Simba.
So Sam really hopes that Daniel is right, that he changed, because otherwise there's literally no way he can win this game. Back in the lab, Carmichael wants them to seriously start considering forcibly disconnecting him from the game.
Fuck.
It might actually be the less dangerous of the two options.
Yeah.
And Jack just wonders, why can't we just hook up a joystick, a new controller, and just help him out?
I love this. I love how Jack's offhanded dumb comments,
it saves the day
always
again.
end up being the thing that saves our ass. Wait a minute.
And Lee originally think that's possible, but I mean, if we just hook up a second chair, how much could it actually help? Because that second person is just going to be brought into is going to be fall victim to the same elements as Teal'c trapped. unless they have an advantage. Unless they press up, up, down, down.
Left, right, left, right.
Select
Yes, start. Or A, B, A, B. Yeah. God, I don't remember it at all.
I don't either. I used it a couple times, but don't remember it. So anyways, Jack did it again. And he's like, yes. And how did I?
What did I did something.
I said, Sam explains they can use the 2-second delay that we mentioned earlier, conveniently, to their advantage. The new player would basically see 2 seconds in the future. They would get 2-second precog.
Yikes. Whatever it takes. Whatever you can get, every advantage is an advantage.
So, I mean, it's not much time, but it could be just enough time to make a difference in a key moment. And that's assuming the chair doesn't realize that something's happening and adapts. Yeah. It does mean the new player has a decent chance of getting trapped in there with Teal'c. And the rest of all SG1's just all volunteers for donut.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're like, cool. It's like, at some point, you're like, are they all brave or are they all just suicidal at this point in their careers?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit from column
we're just about 8 years.
A little bit from column B.
We're 8 years into this thing. Fuck it all if I don't care. Yikes.
So in Jack's world, in the game, Daniel drew the short straw. But since Daniel's been a gold in the game recently,
that's probably sucky.
As soon as Teal'c kills him.
Yeah.
Respawn. And the real world Jack's like, what was that for?
Yeah. Reasons.
And this is why he should have gone. And Sam's like, yeah, no. Literally the last thing we need is for this game to learn your tactical knowledge.
Yeah.
That's why it's a good thing Jack never went in there.
No. Yeah.
No, we don't. You have a different...
Nothing should ever go into Jack's brain.
Nothing.
There's some things that no one should ever see.
No one should.
There's some friends that I have, or we have a friend at work, who I'm like, never change.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'm just like, never change.
Yeah.
Never change.
Also, I
never want to be in your head.
I never want to deep dive with you.
No.
I don't need to know you that
I don't
well.
think we'll come back.
No.
That's my concern.
But this game does not need, because Teal'c and Jack are both absolutely brilliant tacticians, but in very different ways.
Yes.
We don't need it knowing both ways.
No. We don't need it to be that smart.
No. That's literally how Hell 9000 was born, I think.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
It's bad enough that they have Teal'c. And I love the screen behind Jack. It's a close-up on Teal'c's face, but we don't really see Teal'c's face over Jack's shoulder, so we just see Jack and another face of Jack right next to him.
Yeah, I said it's kind of cool.
So
there's a lot of good shots like that. There's the one where it's like Teal'c's face in the monitor of Teal'c's face in the monitor of Teal'c's face in the monitor.
That's what I'm saying.
And so on and so forth.
They had fun with this episode.
Yes.
Back in the game, Daniel's precog takes some getting used to, and he hides from Teal'c just to save alive for a bit. Teal'c is searching through Sam's lab. Every now and then I get a little bit close. Sorry.
I was going full Hamilton for you.
Oh, okay.
I went, stay alive. Okay, I'm done.
Anyway, so he's searching through Sam's the modulator in Sam's lab, and Daniel shows up with a handgun. He's like, I'm pointing at this only so you'll kill me immediately. And trying to convince him that, look, I'm not a Gould. I am real. That doesn't work until just shoots him.
Yeah.
Respawn.
Damn it. Yeah.
This time Daniel goes and gets geared up and zaps Teal'c in the hallway. He's like, listen, dude.
Please.
To the words that I'm saying. You know why the game just reset after you killed me? Because I'm part of the game, dude.
I'm here too. I'm also breaking the 80 whatever wall, the 88th wall.
If either one of us die, we respawn. and Teal'c laments how he can't win. That no matter what he does, it's not possible to win. And he's like, yeah, it is. That's why I'm here.
Again, the reason Teal'c can't win is because he's lost his faith.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost his ability to be a badass. He hasn't lost his technical knowledge.
No.
The machine is not smarter than him. He just he can't find his faith.
No.
I love this part of this episode because it turns it all around on you. All of this time you think it's all just tactical based. It's this other thing.
Nope.
And then halfway through it's like, nope, it's purely a crisis of faith.
It's belief in yourself.
Believe it. Believe it in yourself.
I'm a leaf on the wind. Oh, sorry, you said believe it. And then I thought of leaf on the wind. And then I started crying. Too soon. Always too soon.
Okay, we're good.
But Daniel's like, let's do this together. We team up, ready to fight, or at least to run when the gunfire approaches. So they try and figure out how to use the pre-gug abilities to get the most advantage. And as Daniel tells him to watch out, 2 predators come around the corner. In the real world, Carmichael calls for a crash cart, and because he can go into cardiac arrest if Teal'c respawns over time. And Sam's like, dude, no, you can't fucking introduce an electrical signal when he's hooked up to the game, to the chair.
Just supercharge it. Just supercharge it.
Like, that's not a thing you can do.
Yeah.
So, Kaylee barks. Sorry, someone walked right by the front door for those of you on video cast.
How dare they?
Kaylee Thor, come here.
Kaylee bark.
Kaylee, come on.
Kaylee,
Thank you.
Almost made it through this episode without editing.
You're such a little brat. Okay. Hush. Okay, so in the game, they are running from perturbators, and Daniel precogs the third one right behind Teal'c, warns him, not enough time, Teal'c shot dead.
Dead.
In the real world, Carmichael injects a giant syringe directly into Teal'c's heart to restart it.
It goes full on Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction.
And he's like, that's not going to work again. And Jack's like, I don't want to see that again.
Yeah, I don't need it to. Make it far away from here. Make it no.
I also don't want to see that again.
Jack is not a needles person.
No, I feel ya.
Yeah.
I feel ya.
I feel like Sam's like, meh. But Jack's like, yeah. Do I really need to have this shot?
So we see the game graphics again. The Daniel in the game graphics.
It's really bad.
It's so bad. Did you?
I feel like it's not even 2000 whatever bad. No, it's just bad.
My thing is did you look at a picture of Michael Shanks?
Who is this person that you used here?
That's not Michael Shanks.
It's a very narrow face.
It's just not.
The hair is really interesting.
It looks like Ross Geller.
You're like a bad Ross Geller.
So anyway, back in the game, they search through Sam's lab for the modulated chip. They find it, and Daniel tells him to get down, which saves him from the Predator. And then Daniel gets to be badass and uses the chip to dive out from behind the thing to shoot the Predator. He's like, yep, this could work. So as they roam through the hallways, Daniel's pregog saves them a couple more times. Teal'c doesn't kill the Predator, though. He's learned enough through all of these hundreds of times he's been through this now, that whenever he kills one, it draws out the third one, the cloaked one.
Right. So
these are basically just diversions to allow the gold to explode the vase, either by self-destruct or by the Necroda generator. And the person who the gold is changes all the time as well. So gunfire in the distance, which they head towards.
Yeah.
Daniel precogs and gets them out of the way of 2 Predators, but they are quickly fired on by them. So they head to the gate room and take cover, and the opposite door opens. And it's just like, the cavalry has arrived.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've ever played games this way, but I've seen it done. Where you're literally taking notes. You're like, okay, I died here. Here's how I do this.
Yeah, some people do.
Okay, I died here. That's basically what these 2 are doing.
Oh, no, yeah.
They're just like, gotta have to map this one out and go to my cheat codes.
It's the same concept of how you can make your way through any maze by just running your hands always along the right side.
They're basically just mapping out their walkthrough every single time.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Which, listen, if I'm stuck in the thing for 300 cycles, I'll be doing the same thing.
That's fair. I don't know that I'd be smart enough to do that. I like not consciously.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think unconsciously or subconsciously, I would be memorizing it and I would be feeling my way through it. But I don't think I'd be smart enough to know, hey, map this shit out.
True.
But that's just Grace mind.
So, huddled against the wall, Teal'c turns around and takes down both Predators with the new modulator chip. And Teal'c thinks, Necroda generator. So when they come in, Sam is standing over the generator. You kind of see Sylar. I don't know if you can tell it's Sylar technically, but it is Sylar in the grounds in the distance. And Teal'c points his gun at Sam, telling her to step away.
They go full Mexican standoff.
And she has 1 minute before it goes critical. And Jack walks in, see this, confused.
Yeah, of course.
And Teal'c's like, both of you step away. Daniel's not technically pointing. Daniel is ready, but not pointing his gun at anyone yet.
Right.
Dana's like, yeah, you probably want to listen to him. He's kind of gone off the defense.
He's done this a lot of times now.
Everyone stands up. We see Sylar on the ground. Clearly Sylar. Sam's like, that's a Gould.
Yes.
It's just a big standoff of who to believe.
Again, it's a Mexican standoff.
Daniel questions if it was Sam. Maybe it wasn't. I mean, you said you couldn't really tell it was too late every time. So Teal'c points his gun at Jack, who Jack points his gun at Teal'c. So now Sam picks her gun and points it at Daniel.
Let's just all point guns.
And then Daniel points his gun at her. And here we are, our team.
Yep.
Are all pointing guns at each other.
And you know why? Because we've lost our fave. It all comes back to the same theme.
It's just super disconcerting.
Yes.
Super disconcerting. So Daniel knows for a fact that it's not him or Teal'c, and they wait as the generator starts to overload. And Daniel hasn't precog yet to what's going to go on.
Right.
So Teal'c lowers his weapon.
Again, what allows him to lower his weapon? His faith in his team. I'm sorry, I'm really sticking to this theme today.
And as he does, everyone else takes their weapons down, and Sam shuts off the generator. And with that, Daniel precogs Sylar standing up. Warns him, he does, firing his gun at everyone.
The best death ever.
It's so good.
It's so
his
comical.
eyes start glowing, and Teal'c reaches around the corner and makes sure Sylar's really, really, really,
as he
really dead.
Bounces on the floor like a 4-year-old playing dead.
It's gotta be so much fun to film.
Yes, absolutely.
Finally, Teal'c has beat the game.
Yay.
Both him and Daniel wake up.
Thank God.
They come onto the game. Sam quickly shuts the chairs off, unplugs them.
Yeah, no more playing games.
She basically doesn't go to the wall and pull the cord out. She just pulls
out of the box. Cord. Yeah.
And we have won, Teal'c says.
Yay.
Well, that's what we do, Jack responds.
Aww.
And we fade out.
The end. I love this episode.
I knew you would.
I liked it at the beginning, and then once I realized what it's telling me, which I'm going to stick to the story, and I just think that's what it is. It's just this idea about finding your faith.
Yeah.
And I don't mean it in a religious sense.
No.
It's just this idea of like, here's what I believe. Here are the people I believe in.
Yeah.
Take the leap. Take the leap every time. Take the leap to drop the weapons. Take the leap to think that you can beat this.
Yeah.
You gotta do it, or else you're gonna be stuck in the loop of your life.
You're gonna be stuck in Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. And that's goes for all of us. Because we can get there. And sometimes our life feels a little Groundhog Day. And get up, go to work, brush your teeth, eat dinner, get up, go to work, you know what I mean? Take the leap, do the thing. We'll all be better for it.
Is there a thing that you want to do in your life? You go do that thing.
Things. Big, small, whatever. But just don't lose faith in yourself. You're worth more than the mundane.
Exactly.
And I think Teal'c had forgotten that about
Teal'c did forget that.
Teal'c needed to find a little bit of self-care.
I think he did. I think he's going to. I think he's going to take a nice long break after this.
Good. He needs
He's going to read some books.
Go eat some donuts.
He's going to eat some donuts.
Do whatever makes you happy, Teal'c. Anyway, that's it. That's where I'm at. I really liked it. What's next?
Next up is going to be Stargate Atlantis, Childhood's End.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds sad. Oh, no.
So where do you rank this in your Stargate Season 8 top 5?
This goes above Icon.
Okay.
Yep, it does. It's just mostly theme-wise.
I'm trying to think if it goes above 0 Hour for me. I think this one goes right below 0 Hour for me. Still above Icon. I find this episode really fun. And I think part of it is the amount of fun that the crew, I'm sure, had with the lighting, and it just kind of gets its own different look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the message. More than anything, the message gets me moving. So I dig it for that.
More than anything, the lighting gets me going.
But I like it. I'm happy. I'm ready for more.
Oh, and we have at least 2 Indeeds. I know we haven't added these. I'm going to go check and make sure I haven't missed any.
Our face for
Otherwise, we're up to 41 and a half.
Yeah. I'm for a little while there.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm really enjoying Atlantis more than SG1. This episode reminded me of why I love SG1. So I'm back. I'm back. I'm enjoying both. Not that I wasn't enjoying it.
I was like, you realize you don't have to like pick one over the other.
No, but I really was there.
Yeah,
and so this one reminded me of like, oh yeah, that's why I like this show and stuck it out this long. So it was, there's always the new kid on the block that takes your attention for a second, and then you gotta be reminded why you are where you are and why you take on the relationships you take on. Find your faith.
Yay!
I love it.
Okay.
See us next week. We'll be here next week with Atlantis.
Yep.
Until then, find us on Twitter at Terra Podcast.
Facebook, where there's no place like Terra.
You can email us at theresnoplaceliketerra@gmail.com.
Patreon.com/there's no place like Terra.
Like us, rate us, review us.
Apple Podcasts.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
We did it.